Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folani. Well, a few days ago, the president has issued an order to the military. It's been referred to as marching orders because that's the urgency that is attached to the project. And the marching orders concern the president's admonition to the military to wipe out banditry by the end of 2025. Okay, so that's what we'll talk about today. We've heard the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badaru, broke this particular story earlier in the week, and so here we are now. Okay, as I said, we have a couple of security pros to talk with us about it. In the studios, Dr. Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi, Policy Analyst, Executive Director, Patriot for Advancement of Peace and Social Development. We'll be joined later on by, Dr. Tony Ofoyeton. So a fine morning to you, Dr. Shinkafi.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. First of all, give me your impressions from the point of view of, because this is what you do. Well, I'm just taking for granted that security is within your field of awareness. What is your impression? Because we've been hearing, for instance, that security, internal security, isn't usually the concern of the army. So when the President now is giving marching orders to the army to achieve this objective, what does that say, sir?
We have faced this situation before. We have experience of this marching order given by Mr. President, by the former administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, and even when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office, he met with the security chief on 1st June 2023, where he gave the same marching order and directed the security architecture of this country to give a comprehensive work plan how to flush these armed bandit insurgents and extremists. Yet it has not changed the narratives. So we have this experience before. President giving marching order, and it will not change the narratives. So Mr. President is exercising his power as the highest ranking military command constitutionally, being Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He passed these directives to the Minister of Defense, who now lies with the operational base of the Nigeria Armed Forces. That is the Chief of Defense Staff and the National Security Advisor, how to combat this insecurity across the country. This different in the Northwest, North Central, Northeast, and the Middle Belt has their different diversified security challenges. In the Southwest, South-South, and the Southeast has also different diversified security challenges. So the marching order given by Mr. President to end armed banditry and other form of criminality, the military has a lot of challenges at their hand. If you take the case of Northwest, we have the case of armed banditry, cattle rustling, kidnapping for ransom, Lakurawa. Then when you take the case of the Northeast, we have the case of Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, and other extremists. Then even including the North Central, like Niger State, in Abuja, even Kogi State, we have a case of banditry, vandalism, all kinds of criminality. Then when you take to southwest, south-south, southwest we have case of cultism, kidnapping for ransom, and other armed robbery. Then when you take the case of also southeast, IPOF, that is secession. Then you also take the case of south-south. We have militancy, armed banditry, kidnapping for ransom, pub vandalism, and all kinds of criminality cut across this geopolitical zone. So the cyber chiefs has a lot of enormous challenges to end this armed banditry and other security challenges at hand. So we have had all this type of marching order, and Mr. President has vindicated my position in my previous Hausa radio program, where I put a disclaimer notice on the Minister of State for Defense that he has no constitutional right to make any such marching order to the highest military command in Nigeria. It's only Mr. President who has the ultimate powers bestowed on Nigerian constitution to issue order to command a war, or to also command the Nigerian armed forces to clear a total war against any segment of the country.
But I hear what you're saying, but the impression that
a lot of money.
We have, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is a presidential order. This is not somebody, doing the act on behalf of the president. Even the minister of defense, Abubakar Badaru, had said that the NSA and all the formations they're working right round the clock, in order to make sure that this comes into being. But the way you're saying it, as if to say the order came from anywhere lower than the president's office. Do you have any such facts at your disposal?
Can you come out again, please?
Okay. Well, indeed, I will. But in the meantime,